What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video today, and in this video we are at Cedar Rapids Eastern Iowa Airport for the 5th airport update for the month of December 2024. Welcome to the final month of 2024. What a year it's been, and especially with Cedar Rapids here. Still somewhat new to the channel, but of course a lot of fun things have been going on here, and we have some more fun things happening in this update, so we're going to go ahead and get this video started. We'll swing on down over here to gate number 1 to check out this lovely Allegiant Airbus A320. This aircraft arrived in from Fort Lauderdale as Flight 2110, a very lovely airport that it is. And this arrived in at 12:16 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 12:25 p.m. arrival. Fort Lauderdale is going to be twice weekly throughout the winter season here in Cedar Rapids. The normal frequency for most of the Allegiant services that I have kept track of over the years, twice weekly on the Monday-Friday services has always been the norm for Allegiant. Moving on over to gate number 2, this is a substitute, in this case for this American Eagle Embraer 170 wearing the retro livery. Supposed to be a regular livery, but I lack that aircraft in my collection, so I still need to hunt one of those down. I remember seeing one at the first airliner show I attended a couple years ago. Should have gotten it, but I didn't think of it at the time. This American Eagle Embraer 170 arrived in from Miami as Flight 4045, operated by Envoy Air, so at least the livery is somewhat applicable. This arrived in at 12:12 a.m. ahead of a scheduled 12:15 a.m. arrival, so technically part of the previous day's banks. All the flights in this update are from Friday, December 6th, so this would be part of the December 5th bank since it left on that night of the 5th. And for this Miami service, since I haven't covered this before, someone actually requested me to put the service in, so I have. This Miami service is going to be operated on Saturdays only on the Envoy 170 through at least March of 2025, and that's when the service ends, so this is a seasonal service. Nice to get access to the warm Florida weather down south. And then move on over to gate 3, we have this American Airbus A319 arriving in from DFW as Flight 1552, and this is significantly delayed. This is delayed by, was that like 3.5 hours, I think, something like that? Yeah, 3.5 hours. This arrived in at 10:17 p.m., delayed from a 6:41 p.m. scheduled arrival, so major delays going on here for this service. Flip the camera around to gate 4, where we have this United 737-800 wearing the new Evo Blue livery. Still kind of new, but not necessarily, not like brand new anymore. This aircraft arrived in from Chicago O'Hare as Flight 2278, excuse me, and this arrived in at 9:04 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 9:19 p.m. arrival. And then next to that, at gate 6, we move into a American aircraft once again, parked in between the United aircraft. How lovely is that? This aircraft arrived in from Phoenix Sky Harbor as Flight 4940, operated by SkyWest. And this arrived in at 11:48 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 11:59 p.m. arrival as one of the last flights of the night. Then we move on to gate 8, where once again this United A320 Evo Blue makes its appearance. A huge asset this has been for all the airport updates so far, because I've used it basically in every update now. I've used it in Des Moines, Sioux Falls, and now Cedar Rapids. I may have not used it for Omaha yet, but maybe once already with the November update, which had to be relocated into here because of the various things moving around in the normal area where that airport's set up at. But right here, the United A320, this came in from Denver as Flight 551, and this arrived in delayed at 9:56 p.m., delayed from an 8:49 p.m. scheduled arrival, so delayed by 67 minutes. And there's the new section of the terminal, which has been built up, but still not in use last I checked, so that will stay empty, at least for the foreseeable future. Next to this, at gate 9, we have a Delta Connection Embraer 175. This arrived in from Minneapolis as Flight 4086, operated by SkyWest, at 3:31 p.m., ahead of a scheduled 3:45 p.m. arrival. Then our last aircraft at the terminal, we have the CRJ-200 for United Express, wearing the Evo Blue livery, so haven't used this in a little while, I don't think. Been quite some time, but nice to have it back here once again. This arrived in from Chicago O'Hare as Flight 5500, operated by SkyWest, at 10:26 a.m., ahead of a scheduled 10:40 a.m. arrival. And our last aircraft for this update, we have this Allegiant Airbus A319 taxiing in from Las Vegas as Flight 11. It's going to park over at gate number 1, but of course that A320 is still occupying that gate, so Allegiant's going to need more gates at Cedar Rapids here. And hopefully with the additional gates that will open up very soon, if they aren't open already, they'll be able to take those and not have many issues with parking. So as mentioned, this ride in from Las Vegas is flight 11, and this ride in at 7:51 p.m. ahead of a scheduled 8 p.m. arrival. Nice, short and sweet Cedar Rapids update, the final one for 2024. Super excited to follow along with this airport as we move into 2025. And hopefully we'll get to see some good use out of that expansion piece right over there, which again, I'll update the diorama once I get confirmation that it's fully opened up and I'm able to find like some satellite imagery or something, or just some way of knowing where the aircraft are parked at, get a rough estimate of it, and then the diorama will be updated accordingly to reflect the new addition to this airport. But a nice full update once again, a lot of aircraft to take a look at, and that Miami service is going to be very interesting to follow along. I know that they do that with other seasonal services out of that hub, where they will only do a Saturday-only frequency on like a 170, 175, just some regional aircraft, sometimes a main line depending on the demand. So I know that's kind of a common thing out of Miami during the winter, flying up north to where people want to go, get away from the winter anyway and head south back down to Florida. And hopefully I'll get to go back there at some point because that area is just incredible with the plane spotting and all that fun stuff going on there. With that being said, that is the end of the video. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.